Hey Royals, welcome back. Hope you're having a great Thursday. I had a great day today, and I hope you did too. So we're going to start the night by everybody introducing.
I did it. It was shitty. I did it. It was shitty. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess up the intro. I'm sorry. I've had a little bit of drink today. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry.
I don't know why they do this to me, and they know I get nervous. I'll be like, knowing what I'm going to say, and as soon as somebody says something, I'll be like,
sorry. I take it back.
Hey, it's too late. So, welcome everybody. Tonight we are going to have our guests introduce themselves. Hi, David. Thank you for joining. And then we will get started. We have one hot topic, and then we're going to get straight into the game. It is not sponsored. I bought these, and there are absolutely errors on them, but they're from tonight's conversation, and it is perfect date night questions. We cannot do the ones that are a little more risque because my nieces are in the home and my brother has to behave himself and our kids come first. However, he can still talk shit and hopefully he can say fuck. So let's get started by everybody introducing themselves and then we'll get started. Rose, ladies first and then co-host last.
Hi, everybody. It's Rose. Happy Thursday. I don't have anything.
That's it? Oh, you came light. You came packing light.
Okay.
What's going on?
You threw us all up. We had a good day. Well, I didn't. We like.
I know. I'm like.
Go ahead.
I don't even want to talk about my good day.
I would sleep mostly all day. I don't know how I would sleep all day, basically.
Well, wake up.
Okay, Jojo, go ahead. Don't kill the vibe.
Yeah, thank you. All right, this is Jojo Avenel, project manager about day, cigar enthusiast by now. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm fired up tonight. I don't know what's going on.
It's that juicy.
So yeah, like, share, subscribe. Let's go. I didn't even
have a drink before we started. Like, oh, we're gonna get together, and y'all know my nervous ass be taking a shot. I was like, tonight I'm not gonna take a shot because I might cut somebody out, so I'm not gonna do it. And you still started without me.
Well, I'll start drinking.
That's all right.
Look, let me start drinking my drink.
Please,
we need to catch
up. Please.
Go ahead, brother.
No drinking from me. Y'all know what I'm doing.
Period. Hopefully everybody got their green or what they want in their cup. We approve of everything except for anything we don't do that, okay? Up with hope, down with dope.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Introduce yourself and then we'll get started.
What's good, y'all? I had to bring the famous homie back. Ronnie's on vacation now. He needed a break. So tag, you're it. I'm back. Famous homie. Look, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share to everybody. Send, email, whatever you got to do. But welcome tonight. Tonight about to be sick. Oh, Jojo, you on tonight, bro? I can feel your. I'm just go ahead and
I told y'all. I told y'all. Okay, so I'm off tomorrow. I didn't get off on Monday. Monday was a holiday. I didn't get off, but I get off tomorrow. So,
oh, that's why you cutting up.
Might be going to the strip club. Going to the strip club.
Oh, bro.
Well, brother, David is rolled up with you. So,
David rolled up.
We like him.
My man.
We like him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Hold up.
Okay. So tonight we're going to start with the hot topic. We're going to start talking shit first of all, because JoJo liked to send me stuff. Between JoJo and Petey Pop, they like to send me shit because they just swear I'm so pro-woman. And I'm not. That's the interesting part. I'm pro-human. You act like you got some damn sense.
Yeah.
See how that works? So he sent it and I said, oh, okay, we'll talk about it tonight. See how that goes?
Oh, Petey been talking. Petey been still talking shit.
He get on my nerves. He get on my nerves.
I wouldn't be
Yes.
surprised if he don't text me during this show, and I can't
That's
respond.
what I'm saying. He
using
gonna
my
start
phone.
sending me messages on Instagram. Like, I told him, I was like, nigga, just come on the show. Comment on the show. I'm not gonna have conversations with you in my inbox. This is not no private concierge, sir. You're gonna have to pay me every time I hit this button. Keep it up. Here we go.
Does monogamy exist?
No.
There is no couple in the world that is capable of having a monogamous relationship.
For like 3 to 5 years, yes. After 5 years, no. One of them will go test the waters, rather it be from someone that they just met or someone that they always loved. There's always that person that you're in love with that they really have somebody else that they love, they just can't be with. And when he or she comes around, that person is gonna always get that person.
Why are you so convinced of this?
Because I know it, as I am that person as well. When I'm in a relationship, is this one guy, I never go around him. Because he's my guy that no matter what, he always can get me. So I stay away from him. So most women are in relationships with somebody that not necessarily he's her best sex. She may love him, but he may not be her best sex. So she finds that guy who's her best sex. But maybe he's a street dude. Maybe he doesn't have the finances to support her, or maybe he doesn't have the pension, or whatever it is that she needs. Maybe he doesn't want children, so she just doesn't stay with him, but she still loves him.
What are your thoughts?
I don't think
Hey,
that
politics go first. Hey.
I don't think that that's true. I think that you could be with one person if you really love them. But she did have some valid points in there. But I do feel like that you could just be with one person and not cheat on them.
Absolutely, because she said a key factor. I know this part, despite me wanting to be with this person. This person has a special hold on me, so that person I stay away from. That's the easy answer.
But you gotta really love the person. You gotta really be in a relationship where you love the person, where you really not gonna cheat. Because if you in it for other reasons, then you gonna cheat. If you really love the person, you will be with them even though they sex ain't good or all that, whatever. But it has to be you really in love with them. If you not, you cheating all day long.
Agreed.
All day long, bro.
Yes, because it's far less likely for a male to tell. And remember, I've been talking about the term bed buddy, and everything we talk about, I talk about a word bed buddy. A bed buddy for a female, especially 80s, you didn't tell anything, and you could still be in the same room. You can go to their wedding, you can go to their baby shower. It's no attachment. You could help them pick out the ring for that woman, because they feed that particular space, and that's it. So yeah, women can cheat, and
that's why I don't be trusting men when they be talking about that's their sister and all that stuff all the time. No.
That's their sister. That's what they tell
you. Know that how they be like, this my sis, that's my sis.
Yes, because that's what Legion said.
That's my play cousin.
Well,
that's my play cousin.
Well, it's the same thing when girls be like, that's my brother, that's my brother. It's the same thing, but I'm just saying.
No, it's
not the same thing. My best friend is a male, and we have never, ever, ever, ever touched. I think it depends on when they came into your life as well. As an adult, and once you start relationships, I'm going to beg you not to get a best friend of an opposite sex, because if y'all didn't grow up together with mothers and all of that, it probably ain't gonna work. Hey, Dr. P. Good evening. So the question is, Dr. P, who are you tonight? Chunky Barbie.
Dr. P.
Just be between both. I'm like,
you know how there's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Dr. P and Chunky Barbie.
Okay, well, Dr. P, the hot topic for tonight is a woman said that people can be monogamous for 3 to 5 years. After that, they are probably going to cheat. And he said, how do you know that? And she said, well, because I've experienced it. It was somebody I was really in love with. This is a summary. Really in love with. So I stayed away from that person because that's somebody that could get it no matter what. He said, what? She said, yep. We said, oh. Now, Ron, what is your perspective, the famous homie?
Well, first of all, I think it's unfair to say talk about when men say, "Oh, that's my sis." No, because I have about 8 or 9 non-biological sisters that I have never touched in my life, and we really look at each other like that. But if a woman come in my life and see I got pretty ass non-blood sisters, they could automatically assume, oh, that nigga lying. Like, but no, like, no, that's real talk. Like, one of them's on this show. You feel me? So it's like,
no, I think it's the way you move with him. Like, it's the way you move with them.
So
Correct.
more of that, movement. So if you got to pay attention to a man's movement, if he got to have a private conversation without this woman call him and he don't want to answer the phone and you sitting right there all the time. Sometimes you want to have a private conversation, but every single time, like, what you got to pay attention to those type of movements. So, but to answer the question overall, I think it's unfair for her to say that nobody. That's bullshit. You can't say nobody. There's I believe the mass of people can't, but if we're talking about there are people down here on earth who only care about being with one person, who will stay true, who whatever the fuck you thinking in your mind, fantasizing everything, ain't nobody Jesus. So I'm sure you have fantasies and thoughts and shit, but there's people out here that are faithful, men and women, that do care about being with one. Yes, that to say that
does that make you monogamous though?
Everybody ain't moving like that. She can't say that.
They are a monogamous person. I've been with one person for 10 years. I've not been with anybody else.
And you didn't, and there was never nobody that can come back and, like, if they apply enough pressure, they can get you.
So I'll do you one better. Shut up, bro. So both twin. Oh no, I could do you 3 better. Twin, my brother, and my sister know my story. Have I touched anybody else in over 10 years?
In
10 years, have I touched? Is there somebody that came back that is okay? Did that person okay? I just want to say, did they come back bearing gifts?
Let me tell you. I remember in my first marriage, my mom was talking about celibacy. And I remember my first ex-husband, like his brother, R.I.P., he said, oh, there's no way. There's no way. And I'll never forget that she said to him, live long enough, value your life, value relationships, value your time and your energy, and you'll realize there's a whole lot an individual can do that the average person does not do. Because my mom was talking about being celibate from the time I was 12 years old. And at that time, I was 20 something. And he was like, no way. And she still is. She's 74.
My mom too.
And I'm 43. It is. And because I watched her,
I
understood her, I was in my second marriage. Now, in the first, I went all that whole time. When I did decide to cheat, I was leaving the marriage. So I did it as a way to leave. In the first marriage, I was a kid. I was young.
Right.
It didn't work. In the second marriage, we did everything we were supposed to do to be married. The man that I really was in love with, that was not ready, I chose the second husband because he was ready and he was somebody that I did love, that I knew was going to give me what I wanted. So I made that decision and I left that other one that I really wanted. I left him alone.
Which is what the lady was saying.
Exactly. And it took 2 years, but could he really come between me and the current husband? No, he couldn't. That's the reason why I made the moves that I made.
Right.
And that whole time I was married, I didn't.
Right.
I didn't look
and eventually it gets out of your system. Right.
I have 2 male best friends. One is right here. And there's another one from high school. Okay. And I, as much as I love them, respect them, they always have my back. Anybody even my male cousins, friends, uncles. I was so busy because I learned from the first marriage, everything's between me and my spouse. I kept them at bay.
Right.
I kept them at bay. It was my last year when I was done. The last year of marriage, when I was coming out of getting ready to leave, that then my behavior changed. Then if somebody approached me, I lingered a little longer than I would have. But I knew, oh bitch, you done. You're done. You're on your way out. You're done. I even
Right.
think my best friend told me, like, bitch, I seen you so many times this year. What's going on? Because he was like, I couldn't find you for 11 years. Because when your head is like this, you like this, and you don't see nothing else. Yes. And this is why women ask, they can't figure it out with men. If I can do it, why can't you?
Why can't
Because
you?
we're both humans.
Right.
And you don't think good looking men had never been looking at me? You don't think they weren't coming for me? But I said no, because I honored, I reverenced, and I respected my marriage, my family. So what women want to know is why y'all can't do the same thing. What's the problem? I don't want to
So
hear none
what's
of
your
that shit
answer,
about
JoJo?
we get excited. I don't want to hear none of that shit. So
Right.
yes,
Because
women
we
can
get
do
excited
it.
too. And gifts and everything.
Men can do it. It's just certain men can't.
No, you did it, so we know men can do it.
Well, we know men could do it.
Yeah, we know plenty of men that do it.
Yeah.
Yes, just
That's
so
why
you are
a
right.
problem. Because
Right.
I'm the first one to be like, my best friend, he
Right.
can do this.
He
And then
did it.
I'm gonna start saying,
And we begged him to leave her. Leave her. Okay, what
that
about you,
bum
JoJo?
bitch. Yeah, I said it. And if you want to come get it, you know where I'm at. I said it. Bum
Period.
bitch, bald headed, bareback mountain,
She don't want it.
little
She
knock
don't want
knees
it. She already
bitch.
know.
She don't
What
want that
about you,
smoke.
JoJo? Hey, JoJo, what about you?
That was Chucky Barbie. Sorry. Chucky Barbie, get back.
That's all
Dr.
right.
P
That's
is
all
on
right.
the panel. We're not on
That's all
TikTok.
right. That's all right.
We don't like her. We don't like her.
Well, I might. I apologize in advance for being a little scholar with this, but
No.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we changed the definition of monogamy here to be able to make it okay if you're in the end of the relationship and you're on your way out and you still step outside.
I
That's
didn't step
not
outside.
Well,
monogamy.
what's
He
your
was for
opinion?
free.
This is just the hot topic. What's your opinion on the topic?
My,
Not your opinion
But
on
to
her.
be clear,
Y'all
wait a
really
minute,
going
because
for it.
he's using my example. So
I know,
I'm
Jojo,
and
gonna
you're
put
not
some
supposed to do that. You're only supposed to comment on the topic. I don't get to
Jojo.
rebuttal your opinion. That's your opinion and what you're sharing.
Mm-hmm.
We
But
can't
I'm
rebuttal
thinking
people.
he doesn't have a clear understanding. I never
It's
stepped
okay.
out.
Okay.
Jojo, I
Okay.
never gave my number. I never gave
Okay.
my number. I never kissed. I never slept. I never entertained. What I meant by when I was on my way out was my eyes noticed other good looking
You
men when
said
I
you
was
lingered
out.
a little longer. All that means is that you may have accepted a little attention a little longer, because we also consider engaging too long for the wrong purposes not okay. That's what you
Right.
were saying. Yeah,
Right.
that's what I got from it. She
Thank you.
didn't do anything.
But he said cheating. So
I
that's why I was like,
thought that's what that meant. But okay.
of course you
So
did.
I
Because
guess
you're
we can
JoJo.
come back to find out what the definition of cheating is. Is it when you only have sex, or is it when you
No, it's
kiss, or is it
emotional
when you go on
too.
a date?
Emotional affairs.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that
Great.
didn't happen. That's why I was very clear with you.
Okay. Great. Okay.
JoJo, don't shut me
Well,
down because you know I'll jump
a
across this damn
monogamy.
screen.
I wasn't trying to.
Where's my
Oh
sage?
my. Oh my God.
Sage.
Okay. Can people really be monogamous? I've lost faith in humanity in that regards. I'm sorry. I just don't think most people can. Most people cannot. Now, in fact, I would like to say that most people don't
Thank you,
want to.
David.
Most people do not want to. Now, can
Really?
they? Yeah, I would like to think that most people do not want to be monogamous. If the right opportunity presented itself, Some people may do it more than others. Some people are more prone to do it than others. But if the right opportunity, if the perfect opportunity presented itself, I know the majority of people, 51% or more, would take that opportunity. That's just where I'm at right now. Because you don't get to 8 billion people on earth being monogamous. I'm sorry. That just doesn't happen.
Well, that's kind of what the lady was saying, though. She said, given the opportunity, I know I would deal with this person, but because I am in a relationship, I am not. That's what she said. And that's what I just admitted to. That's what we all just admitted to. There is somebody else that has a different place for a different reason, but they do not hold the same value as the one you chose. So you leave it alone. But in a perfect world, I'm pretty sure most people would love to have multiple people to fit the perfect mold. But in maturity, you know that doesn't exist in yourself or in somebody else. So you let go of those things that are temptation. That's what the lady was saying.
Yeah,
so you agree with her.
I guess my position is this. Because it's always going to be there in some way, shape, or form, because some people are going to have the thought, because there's this one guy that you met 20 years ago that had you sexed up so good, or that did this one or two few things for you so good. The moment your husband does something wrong, or this one time where this one girl had your toes curled up all the way, had your head all the way back to see the white of your eyes. I mean, it
How come everybody else gave their perspective from what they would do, but you're giving yours based on what somebody else would do? We're asking you, okay.
No, what would you do, JoJo?
Right. You like to point, but say what you would do. Everybody else said what they would do.
I am not monogamous, not one bit. I am. I don't have it in me.
So I was waiting for you to say that's what drives the decision.
I don't have it in me to do it.
And I figured that
I don't
too.
have it in me to do it. I don't have
we know. We've been on other shows.
We been knew that.
Right, why are you talking about women wouldn't and they couldn't? You are they. We know you. Long-winded and wrong.
Oh, don't
tell your story. We done all been on you talking about they would. I don't care about they. Who is you?
We want to know you. And don't be bringing God up in here, because God is probably sitting there right now.
You don't, and that's fine. You want to be for the record though. You're from Africa, where polygamy is a part of the culture. So that's something that you don't see as wrong, and that's right. So it's cool.
Oh, that's very different. It's a very different norm. But listen, here's the thing. Say that, because you know why? Then when if somebody ever decided to deal with you, they know what they're walking into. What happens is it only becomes a problem when you don't busy talking about they, them, he, she, we, but you're not being real about your own shit. Because let me tell you this, if I was to fuck with you, baby,
you would have my hair blown off my shoulders.
I'm gonna have 309 boyfriends fucking with you.
Because I would be like, I can't get an answer out of you.
All these niggas can get it if that's the case.
Shut up. I mean, don't. That's not nice.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's my sister. I could talk to her like that because she know I do not mean it like that.
I know.
And if she wanted to, she would say something back to me. Don't do that to us. This is our homes. So when you come in and speak, thank you for everybody in the comments speaking too. David, you are more than welcome to come on the show. I'm going to read your comment now, though. Your job as a husband is to change the trajectory of where she has been. Let me tell you something. And we're all going to comment on that. And then the men, you can comment on how you feel that is true. I feel that is completely true. For me, when I fall in love with a man, I don't desire another man. Even if there is another man that may have blown my back out, they blew it out different, because this one is now blowing it out like this one doesn't cross. They don't cross because I choose people that I really want to be in a relationship with. That's why there's not a lot of relationships on my list, a lot of dating, a lot of sexual partners. It's just not. because I choose the person that I can focus on. I've always dated with intention because I really like that person and I don't ever want to be hurt. So I want it to be something that even the flaws, you are perfect to me. But nigga, I can't stand it when you do this, that, and the other. But those things don't outweigh the love that I have for that person, the friendship, the value, all of those things. So I don't sit here and desire somebody else. I really don't. Even in moments where my marriage wasn't amazing, my first thought wasn't, well, I know I can go back to this person. Or I know I could just sleep with this person. That'll make me feel better. Or I can accept a gift from this man. Or I can go on a trip with this man. Those things didn't come in my mind because, again, the person I allowed to choose me changed the trajectory of what I wanted for my life. I wanted my life with that person. So nobody can take that away if that's what you truly do, like Rose said. So that's my opinion. I don't want anybody else.
Right.
What do y'all think? Women, do you think
that's
what he
what I
said is
said.
right?
That's what I said from the beginning. If you
Yeah,
love that
you did.
person, you don't want to mess with nobody else. Well, for me, if you really
Right.
love them, it's nobody else that can get your attention. No matter what they did to you back in the days or nothing, you love that person. So it's nothing nobody can do. That's how I feel. But
And hopefully that makes you men feel better that we're not thinking about our exes like that. A good woman. What do you
That's what I'm
think,
saying.
P?
I
Oh, go
think
ahead, brother. Go.
I think both of us are right. Both of y'all are right though. There's a small group. I think the majority of people aren't, but I think there
Right.
are some people are that are. So I think both are right. There's
Everybody's right.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's absolutely are people that, don't desire and don't do that. But then the most of mass of the people are, what JoJo said. They checking for somebody else, or they trying to see, in the right moment. You at a party, or you out of town on a little vacation, a girls trip, and you with some girls that are gonna stay solid and not say nothing. You go dip off and get you some little Dominican dick, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you go get that shit. So or some Dominican pussy, whatever you do. So it's like, I think both people are right.
Let me ask one more question of everybody, and then we'll get to the card game. But I want everybody to answer. In a perfect world, even when I see people that have OnlyFans or their Instagram thoughts, right? When you go through their stuff, there's things in there about having the white picket fence, the relationship, all of these things. In a world where you knew that if you chose your person that you were in love with, and they would not betray you, leave you looking stupid, leave you to where you didn't have a comeback in the chamber, do you think that most people would like to be with one person forever if they knew that it would last forever and that person wouldn't do them wrong?
No,
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
No,
Why not?
because it's very hard for me to believe. Like you said, in a perfect world, I want too many things. One person gonna have all the stuff that I like. I have to see it. I have to see it to believe it.
were you
I
hurt,
can't.
JoJo? Were you hurt in the past by a lot of females? Is that why you the way you are, or is it because where you
No, no. It's because I know that I have abundance within me. I know I do. The way I grew up, I never grew up in an individual mindset. My mindset was always group think, do for everybody, and I know that I can. It was never a possessive thing. It was never for one person. I always saw men in the places that I came from take care of large amount of people. That's the
Your
responsibility
dad had
that's
more than one
placed
wife?
on men to do.
That's why I said, is it because where he's from? Is that why he
Yeah.
feels?
Is your mom the only wife?
Yes, my mother is the only wife. I'm not saying that this is what everybody does, but I'm saying
No, I
it's
was just
present.
asking.
Yeah, I'm saying it's present in the culture enough that people understand it is doable. Some people do it well, some people don't do it well. Some
But even though
people, if
your
it's that
I
third,
don't
mother,
understand.
even though your mother was the only wife, did your daddy have girlfriends?
I would like to say at some point he may have.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I
What
would
do you
like to
guys
say that at some point he may have. Yes.
What do you guys think?
I don't remember the question. Shit.
Yeah, I need you to say that one more time because yeah. I
Because
thought I was the only one.
his response.
It's okay. It's okay. In a perfect world, do you think that?
In a perfect world,
David answered the question. David, I love you. You are such a glue for tonight. You have no idea. A perfect world is what you create to your liking. Amen and hallelujah. Give this man a mic. For instance, Dr. P can be everything I desired, meaning she's perfect for me. Drop the mic. I would drop it, but I paid for
Find
this.
your
And I
own
like
perfect
it.
world, David. Find your own perfect world, David. Get her
But
out.
that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to create your own perfect world. So the question was,
First
guys.
of all, I don't even know why you talking over there, because every week that I come on here, you try to be in my perfect world. So stop it. Stop acting like, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that, JoJo. Don't do me
That's
like
what
that.
I said. I
So
said.
guys, the question was, in a perfect world, even when I see, okay, oh God, Jesus in heaven.
Okay,
This is
I'm
why
sorry,
I can't
sis.
never drink. Everybody, why you don't drink? Because I don't get opportunity to. Okay, the question was, oh God, when I go on people's pages, even the ones that are thoughts, even the ones I know mess with people's husbands, all of that. Somewhere in there is memes about having the perfect husband, the longevity, all of these things with just them, right? They really want this perfect world.
Right.
But my question was, do you think that if we were in a world where you knew that if you chose your partner, you married your partner, and it was, let's just say the 80-20 rule, it's 80% of what you want, you wouldn't even be inclined to think about loading up your get back and having somebody else or doing certain things because you're comfortable that you know it's going to be longevity. So even with problems, you're like, I'm sticking in it. Do you think more people would do that if they knew they wouldn't be played in the end?
Oh,
basically?
yeah, I think so.
People do it already without knowing.
That's my point. But I'm saying, do you think more would? If they, because I think some people do these things even down to being a mistress because they feel like, because it's real and it's worse now. At some point, I'm gonna get played, so I might as well keep my shit the way I want it, so that when the shit happens, I could be like, "Well, nigga, I was doing it too," or "Well, bitch, I was doing it too." They're already like working towards divorce when they get married. You know? Do you think that?
Yes, because even when you're the side piece, you only go hard because you really do want the love, and you want
that. You want to be that wife. That's my point.
Hold up.
Men and women.
Yes, brother. How can I help you?
It's not just women; it's men too. They want
no. The side piece. We don't have the name for. We still ain't figured that out. For women, it's a mistress. For men, I don't know what it is.
Honestly,
side nigga.
You can't really speak for a side piece if you ain't never been a side piece. So
I've been a side.
Well, I've been a side piece.
Me too. Look at like
okay. I'm just saying.
Damn.
You got to
well,
know.
if I was a side nigga, I did not know.
So
listen, let me tell you something.
That is the ultimate goal, David. Everybody wants to grow old and build and have things. And of the most, you want to have peace and security and retire together and travel together and your partner to always be at the club with and your partner to drink with and somebody to take a shower with and somebody to drive with you. Somebody to go to the gas station, you want that. You want to wake up on Sunday morning and go to church together. You want that. You want to wake up on Saturday mornings, clean up as a family, cook, have the music on. You want to do everything you saw your fucking parents do when you was growing up with a partner.
So let me make it easier for men. Men don't have the same goals that women have because women.
Well, David does, and the famous Tommy does.
Well, okay, but what I mean is, there's another side of it.
Okay.
Let's just say there's no children. Let's say there's no children. There's no in-laws.
Come on.
That shit, okay?
They in the chamber, David. Okay.
Every person, I believe, there comes a time, I don't know when.
Right.
It could be on their deathbed. But there's a time that comes in their life where they said, damn, I just wish I had that one motherfucker that had my back. That's
yep.
There's times where we go through shit and you want more than just, okay, like you might have family and friends and a best friend, but the romantic part, you want to be connected with
And
that
they're not yours.
family
They go
and that
home.
friend.
Hmm.
And that's the part where that's why I say, in a perfect world, what everybody on the face of this planet say they want that. Yes, I don't even think it's about monogamy. You're thinking too deep.
Right.
In a perfect world,
Sex is
all
the
you're saying
smallest
is
part.
you want one motherfucker to be that motherfucker.
To ride with him. Sex is the smallest
Period.
part.
And in the perfect world, if everybody got their opportunity to pick and choose who they wanted to be that one, they would.
Absolutely.
Come on, get the fuck up out of here. You lie. You
You would
lying if
even
you
love
saying
the
that that's
bad
not
things they
true.
do. Like, girl, he always do
Right.
this. He get on my nerves. It's so cute though. You don't even care. We do, don't we do that? We be like,
Yeah.
that motherfucker get on my nerves. Every month I gotta do
I'm
such and
telling
such.
you,
But
it's
you
not
love that
about
y'all connect
monogamy.
every month doing that thing, or y'all connect every time you gotta tell him that's y'all thing. Like, come on. In a perfect world, you want somebody to be
Mm-hmm.
yours. Your parents are not yours. Your kids are not yours. Your friends are not yours. Your homegirl, not yours. The person laying next to you every day is yours. That's the only person that
And
could be yours.
I feel like if you don't think about monogamy, here's my thought. At 43, this is what I think about monogamy. Listen, I feel like I'm single. I casually date. But I'll tell you this. If you are consistent and you capture my motherfucking attention, you would have thought we in a relationship. Because
We
the
go
more you
together
pull
with
me
each
I
other.
was
in,
just about to say we go together.
I don't see
We go
nobody
together.
else. I don't
Right.
see nobody
Other
else. I
people
got
get
no
less dates.
desire because you got
Hmm.
me like, hey,
That's
hey,
how it
boy.
dwindles down.
You got me like that. But the moment
Yes,
you pressure
people
me,
using all my
fuck that,
trigger
I'm leaving.
words. Yes, because y'all have that understanding and connection. That person you can be naked with mentally. So my hashtag is naked truth. And that's what it actually means. Naked doesn't mean no clothes. Naked just means completely expose yourself
Mm-hmm.
and you can be everything you are. You can expose your imperfections and they somehow make them okay. Um, they can fix those hurt places. And even if they can't fix them, at least
Yeah.
them listening to them and you being heard means everything. But for me, I think that it's really insane to me that we have gotten to a place where everything goes back to when you talk about these type of things, it goes back to sex. And then on the other side, when people talk about a black man ain't shit, a black woman ain't shit, you fail to realize when you talk about that, you are not just talking about your partner. You are talking about your son, your brother, your sister, your daughter, your mom. You're talking about everybody. So if you are saying this, you are talking, which is why I won't say black men ain't shit, because I don't believe that black men ain't shit. I
Yeah.
believe that some people ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't
Yeah.
feel like it's fair. And I would never put that label on everybody. And everybody has their reasons why they do different things. They're just not
Right.
for me.
There's
And
a
that's okay.
lot of good, great, great, awesome
It
fucking
is.
black men of all creeds out there. And I
It
think
is.
the biggest misconception, my sis was on my live earlier today. The biggest misconception is that there's not enough good black men. Yes, the fuck there is. African, Caribbean, American. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
There's so many of y'all that are so fucking amazing. You're
They're
beautiful.
so dope.
You're intelligent. You're dope. You're great fathers. You're great men. You're great business people. You're great sons,
Friends.
friends. You're great uncles, cousins. Like, some of y'all are just, you blow my fucking mind. And so many of you, but that's not displayed. And I think a
Right.
black woman, they just want you to display how great we are. And y'all want us to display how great you are.
Right.
So when we do these platforms, that's all we're really trying to get down to the bottom of at the end of the day. When we have all these
Right.
discussions, it's just showing like y'all men on the panel, like we be
Right.
fucking with y'all talking shit and shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like there's great things to both of you men on here. So when we do these things, like show that shit, showcase it so that women know, like, oh, okay, good. Not all men are fucking idiots. No, they're not. But if
That's why I love that JoJo tells us truth. Whatever it is. That's why I ask him, answer that question the way that you want to
Directly,
answer it.
so we
If
know.
it's completely different than everybody else, your answer is your answer. And I've always told them, you have value. So if your desire is to have 10 women, say that shit with your whole chest. If you desire 10 women, it's somebody that wants somebody with 10 women and they deserve you. For Ron, if you are not dating right now because it doesn't align with children, although I want him to date, and you were completely monogamous in your previous relationship, where that shit would have badged. That didn't make you stupid. It doesn't make any of us stupid. You
That's
should
right.
be able to say what you want. It's nothing wrong. If I said I wanted a zebra, you can't tell me I'm wrong. You can't. That's what I want. And that's the problem. We're so jaded. We're so put down about anything that we want. And I should be, if I wanted a hermaphrodite, that is my business. And that is what I want. And they exist. And that is what I could get. But because we're not truthful with ourselves and saying it outward, we end up not getting what we want. And then we're jaded and upset when we don't. And that's not fair. Black men are the bee's knees, baby. Let me tell you something about a black man. Sometimes that can make you need to change your panties just by walking in a room. Because the way that they walk, the way they carry themselves, just the aura that they have, that is why we stick by them, even when we feel like the things they are doing ain't shit. It is something about us that draws us to them. But it's not something, it's that we are the same. I am you and you are me. I know exactly why you're doing some of the things that you're doing because I saw it in my brother, I saw it in my daddy, and better yet, I grew up in the household with you. There is nobody that will know a black man better than a black woman. And you guys have to let us
Absolutely.
in. There is nobody that'll know a
Absolutely.
black woman better than a black man. And we need you to shield us and let
Absolutely.
us know it's okay to be soft. But we can't keep expecting these things from each other without giving the ingredients it takes to get that and then just wanting somebody to do it. You're not that amazing that somebody should just break everything for you. It's not happening that way. We have to build for one another. And if we can keep creating that safe space, I really believe this is the year of redemption. That's why I call it 24K. But I think that we will get there, have more intentional conversations because ain't nobody horrible, right? Nobody is horrible. You guys ready to pick a
Yeah,
question?
people that's horrible. But go
I'm
on.
sorry, baby.
Yeah.
I said it is horrible.
There are
I'm
there
sorry.
are
You're
some people
right.
around.
I mean horrible for no reason. Typically,
It is people horrible for no reason.
no. Typically, it's
There
something.
is.
Do they
I
have
agree
an
with you.
excuse to do it? Do they have a reason to continue? No, but something happened. You think people was born just to be?
No, something is always causing an
Something
effect.
had to happen, even if you didn't assume responsibility and fix it or have the tools and all of that.
Girl, this how I feel
Unless you're mentally
2024. That's how I
imbalanced.
feel.
I'm
It's
with Rose.
Really? Why,
I'm with
bro?
Rose. I lost faith in
Distraction has always
humanity.
been there. Only lack
The stuff
the
that I've
excitement.
seen.
It's keeping the excitement up for me, David. I'm just saying it's too easy to do the shit, really. But if you keep looking at social media and porn and
yeah.
all that is available, you will never be satisfied. And that's on all ends. And if we started thinking more from a place of, would I want this for me? Right? Because the reality is, I could want perfection out of everybody else. I could want somebody that has all the same attributes as me. But if I got somebody that had the same ones as me, I wouldn't want them because you're not you. So how are you making my life different and adding value? I don't want that. I don't. I want somebody that thinks different. We get to have different conversations. I get to learn something. Um, but I'm also not somebody easily impressed. Once I get what I want, I really wanted it. So I'm okay. It's not somebody else that can pull me away. Not even social media, but social media got people thinking that their life is a supermarket where they could just point and click and get certain things. But you pointed and you picked this bread because it was keto, but you didn't know you didn't like wheat. It had this in it, that in it, that in it that you're allergic to. You didn't look at anything else. You looked at the one thing you wanted that everybody else that was trending, and you probably don't even like it. You just wanted to have a notch on your belt. Not being satisfied is really disrespectful to God too. Why is God going to keep giving you good people to break down and add to their trauma? But Ro, you really think that, y'all, we're gonna leave the cards alone. We'll play the game later because this is interesting. you don't think that something happened in their life to make them go in the direction that they're going?
Some people, but a lot of
I'm with
people,
you.
some people, I think maybe it's something happened, like how I asked JoJo. Is it because something happened to him, or is it the way he grew up in, in Africa? But some people, I think, are just fucked up people. Like, I just think
But what made them be fucked
That's
up?
right.
that they was just born. They probably had fucked up parents. It's
I
in their
agree.
DNA. Some
So
people
then
are
that is
fucked
the
up.
thing. The thing is that they have fucked up parents, so it was an inherited
Okay,
generational
so they're
curse.
just a fucked up individual. I
Okay,
do
okay.
feel like
I think that I can add to what she's saying. I see
Okay.
her view. I agree with her. There are some people who find themselves in position of power, and they just don't know what to do with it and how to do it. It doesn't have to be
I've
trauma.
experienced
It
that.
doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be any of that stuff. It can be just someone found themselves in a situation where
Ooh,
they have
hey,
power over
preaching.
others, and then they just don't know how to handle it, and they will exercise that power in a way that only benefits them. You don't have to go through trauma to do that.
yeah.
Well, it could be
You
anything, a
don't have
learned behavior, trauma. Oh, go ahead, P. I'm sorry. I can't see. Go ahead.
There are definitely there's plenty of people who have great parents. They were taught and raised with morals and values, but at the end of the day, people will decide to be who they are. In
Mm-hmm.
all
free will.
religious
Hmm.
faiths across the board,
Yep.
one
Hmm.
thing
Free
I
will.
found is, despite of believing in a higher being, we still as humans have free will. So
Right.
the natural innate
That's right.
nature
Free will.
of
Hmm.
self gratification, uh, or being evil or being, whatever negative, we all have that option and that choice. So I think there are some fucked up people that, despite of how they were raised and what they learned, they still chose to just abuse other people, to get what
Mm-hmm.
they want, to just step on them and stuff like that. And so, because that does exist, because here's the thing, it's not like they're not getting nothing out of it. They're getting something out of it. I
Well, they're
think I said
getting
it,
everything out of it. They're being selfish.
yeah. And I said it earlier, I think on the TikTok, that or maybe I said it here, even darkness is attracted to light. Let's be real.
You said it over there.
If you're a fuck face woman and you're a fuck face dude, man and woman, y'all know you a fuck face. But let's be real. Why would you go get with another fuck face? Duh. It makes sense for a fuck face.
It's too hard because they're just doing the
They the
same thing
same.
you're doing.
Well, you're
It's the
not
same
getting what
Because
you
person.
they know
want.
your fuck
If
facery.
you're a fuck face
Mm-hmm.
dude,
Because
you're not gonna
they
get
Because
with
know
a
your
fuck
you're
face
shit.
steady.
bitch
Oh,
because
so
she's not gonna
everything is
serve
get.
you.
So you're steady doing this.
So fuck faces, you know you're a fuck face, but hello, if you're hungry, you're not gonna go get with somebody else who can't give you no food. You're gonna go with the fucking person who can give you food. So sometimes when we're thinking to ourselves that it's a magnet, sometimes it's not that you have a magnet and you attract them. Sometimes they are just attracted to you. You just gotta figure out which one is what. Because sometimes people who are not fuck face love to help the fuck face motherfuckers. They do. I want to
Right.
motivate you. I want to install something in you. I want to teach you. I know you can learn from me
Well,
because
to
they
be
over there
fair,
telling
they
me,
be saying that that's what they want. I never
Right.
had. They come in playing victim. To be fair,
bro, what they're really doing is they're homeless
it's
and
setting you up.
they're homeless and they're hungry and they're like, help me, I'm poor. And you're like, I can
Exactly.
help you. I can help you. And what you need
Right.
to do is, if they really are hungry, throw them a motherfucking biscuit and keep that shit pushing. But
Right.
instead, you giving your whole life, you giving them crab legs. You don't give homeless people crab legs. What the fuck? You
Well,
give
to
them
be
bread,
fair, it's
bitch.
because they be
Bread
lying,
and
sis.
water,
They
not
lie.
tequila and crab
I
legs.
never had this before. Nobody's ever done this for me. So then you think, oh, if you had these things, then you wouldn't behave this way and you would be a better person because that's what you're saying.
But
What
what
I
does
will
that
say is in
say
this day
about
and age,
you?
don't do that no more. We
But what
already
does
know
that
the
say
answer.
about you as a person? It also says, why do you need
You're
to fix
probably
somebody?
codependent.
And that's why codependency is so big.
It is
because it's no
horrible.
different than the narcissist and the borderline. A
Right.
narcissist needs to be served as superiority and God, and the
Right.
fucking borderline needs somebody to be submissive to who is God to them.
Right.
That they can say, I'm making you be in charge. That's why those two personality types, they attract super
Right.
hard. So you don't have to be diagnosed with that. If you just have little symptoms of that codependency, this is why abusive relationships happen and they don't leave, because some people need to be wanted and some need somebody to cover them.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't help yourself, then those two are gonna do this and it's gonna become toxic. So
But I
there's
believe in
different
the
levels.
era that we're in. I believe what David is saying true. The more I've set back, right? Because to be fair, now this is the professional side of what we do. I have to say that. In the profession that Pierre and I are in, we deal with a lot of people and we deal with them in their most natural state
Yeah.
and their most vulnerable state. So the things that we hear from them are very true. They need our help and things like that. So when we give an opinion, we are not giving an opinion based on our lives, our home girl, a small group. For me, in my role as HR, I represented all of the United States to include Puerto Rico, Canada, and Mexico. That is the pool of people that I had. What I have noticed is that it has changed from a codependency culture to what David said, an instant gratification microwave culture. And that's why I asked the question, do you think that if people could project into the future and see, at the very least, this person won't hurt me, so I won't need to do these typical things that happen in a relationship, like cheating, like getting money from men, like having men in my inbox, that is social media driven, would they do this? And the answer is yes, they would, based on the amount of people we talk to.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well, I
very
haven't got to answer
unfortunate.
the question yet.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So once again, this is both parties are right. But you said with more
Everybody is
people,
right.
with more people, I don't think, at least when it comes to men, like men and
Mhm.
women are different. I think yes, that's true for women. If women could look into the future and see nobody is going to play them, yes. But men, it's different for men. Men aren't thinking about that. Men do the shit that they want to do, and it's just the honest to God truth. Not because of this and because of that. Because niggas like fucking multiple women. Like they just like that shit. Like they could be absolutely in love with a woman. It ain't got shit to do with you ain't giving me what I desire. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. Niggas just like getting hella pussy. Like look at everybody that's out there. Like look at all the examples. Like men operate differently from women. So I don't think it has nothing to do with them looking in the future and making. Most men have multiple women that's ride or die. That's done them right. That's
Can I
taking
tell you
care of them.
something, brother?
That's just treated them right, and they don't care. Niggas just want to fuck multiple women.
So let me tell you this. In my profession, that is the culture that's typically around us because we're obviously from the same place.
Mm-hmm.
On a larger scale, I have had more men coming into my office crying, more divorce papers served to men that were being cheated on, more men finding out that the child wasn't theirs and they were completely upset because I did everything I could for her. I did everything I could for my family, and they were not cheating. They were completely upset. The
From what
amount
they
of
say they weren't
men,
cheating.
That be
huh?
the
From what
suckers.
they
Them
say
be
they
the
weren't
ones
cheating.
that always get
So
cheated
They
on.
all we
say
can
that
go
all
by
day.
is what people say. And what we can go by is the one whose the paperwork was coming in that this wasn't their child. The paperwork was coming in that out of nowhere a divorce was coming in. Out of nowhere, they're coming into the office like, Asia, she's about to try to hit my paycheck. I need to change my beneficiaries. We got to think about the level of detail that I have dealt with. That is why my position with men is different. And I have a softer side for men as well. Not that cheating is right on any spectrum, but for the narrative to be that more men cheat and more men ain't shit is actually equal. More men just get caught and more women is sneaky with the shit. Like
Right.
it would be women cheating with a man's father. Like you wouldn't even believe if I should have probably, if I did a series on the shit that I heard, especially as it related to life insurance and stuff like that, you got to think about the level that I was on and what I was dealing with. And it's around money. Money, the love of money is the root to all evil. So obviously that draws it in. But those men truly wanted their wife to be happy. They just wanted to work, come home, and be comfortable. They just wanted a safe space to come home and be comfortable, which ties into the narrative that you all tell us is that create peace in my home. That's what I want. So I don't know. I'm caught in the middle because we don't obviously have real statistics, but because I've heard both sides, I've actually heard it more from men that things happen to them. So even if they did cheat, they didn't get caught. It was no babies, you know? Like it's crazy. Men want the same thing. But guess what? They don't want to be played either. They don't want one day for a woman to be gone and there's not another woman to replace that woman. They don't want that egg on their face in front of people. Nobody wants to be embarrassed. That's just and nobody wants to be left alone. If you chose a partner, you chose a partner because you don't want to be single, right? But so many people don't give a fuck. They don't care because they have an exit plan. They have something to go to after that. They shit is straight, so they don't care. And they move so reckless. And one person in a relationship is always going to be standing there like, what the fuck? So this new generation is a microwave generation. They're like, oh, I'm not finna be stuck here like, what the fuck?
Right.
I'm always have me somebody ready. I'm always be ready to move just like you. When you hit me with your shit, I'm gonna hit you with my shit.
Mm-hmm.
You spend time investing in a relationship. What was the point? No, that's a real question. What was the point? What is the point of being in a relationship if you gotta move with a exit plan,
But
with a strategy?
that's just how people think right now. They always think they think about what's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah.
That's just how people think right now. They not thinking you could be in love with them, but you like, shoot, they might leave me later on down the line, so I gotta do X, Y, and Z. That's just how people think now. Just
It's
think
so
people get done
sad.
so wrong. Like you said, men coming in there saying they did everything for their wife and all this, but maybe the wife married him because they knew that he was going to do everything for him, and that's not the one man that they really wanted to be with. But they stayed with him long enough to get what they was going to get out of the situation.
And which is usually the 10-year mark, man.
10-year mark,
So
exactly.
stick a pin right there. If you are in a relationship and you feel like it is going wrong, or not, sorry, relationship, a marriage, and you feel like something is going wrong, it's just not right, whatever it is, if you don't want to lose everything, I strongly suggest you make a decision before 10 years or whatever the year is in your state, because I
California is 10,
know
right?
California is 10 years, and I
I
know
just
somebody
somebody.
purposely that happened to, and separated does not count. You have to be divorced, and that person got stuck paying a lot of money in alimony and a lot of money in child
I
support.
know somebody
And that,
right now. I've been telling them. I'm like,
yeah,
you
it's
need
a
to
big
hurry up
deal,
and get
man.
you almost
Protect
to that
yourself.
10. Yeah, I'm like, you to that almost to that 10-year mark, and I'm telling you what the bitch is gonna do. Like, you need to hurry up and get out before it's too late.
I think we should do more of like a preventative measure with this instead of like
Okay.
waiting for a punch to be thrown and then I think we should
Absolutely.
take it all the way back to, okay, like for the next generation or for people, younger people that haven't been through this before, you have to really, really, really know who your partner is. So like
Absolutely.
we talked about in other shows, people's love languages. Are you capable of loving people in their love languages? So some of those men that thought they did everything, maybe you didn't know your girl
Exactly.
and you weren't loving her right. You weren't loving her the way she wanted to be loved because you never tried. You never thought about that. And a lot of people haven't. So you could be thinking you the man. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And she don't give a fuck about none of that shit. She likes to be
Right.
loved this way. So if you're
Right.
doing all the words of affirmation and the physical touch and all in acts of service, but her love language is gifts and you're not giving her no gifts, all that other shit don't mean shit. You thought you
That
was the
part,
man.
brother.
But
So
That part.
that's why I said in
so
in this day and time, that's why I said
Uh-huh.
people need to date more.
that
People
yeah
don't
that
date no more. You don't get to know nobody before you really get into a relationship. You fucking so fast that you
Right.
let all that stuff go out the window to not even realize, oh, this ain't the perfect person for me. We not gonna match. That's what I'm saying. People don't date enough nowadays.
But
That's
Ro,
why
you always say
that's what I
date
was getting
more,
at.
and then Ron takes it to the next step and says when you date, and like we've had shows before, when you date, this is what you need to do. Because some people think because we've been dating for 3 years, but you can't even tell that person his middle name. You can't tell them what
and
elementary
well, they're
school you
not
didn't.
doing it right. Well, you need to date
Right,
them. You need to ask
exactly.
questions and all that stuff.
That's
That's what
what he's
I'm
saying.
just saying.
Yeah,
When you date, well, I wouldn't date nobody for no 3 years, nigga. You're gonna be my boyfriend after. How you dating me for 3 years? You can mess
That
with somebody
well,
for 3
dating means anything for me. It means anything before marriage. But what I'm
yeah.
saying is,
So
dating with intention is what Ron is
To
saying. You
me,
need to
dating
have
is
this
different. To me, dating and
intention.
being in a relationship is two different things. I can date you and you not
before
my
you
boyfriend.
anything before you get married is whatever you want to call it. What he's
Yeah,
saying is
that's
there's a
dating
way to
and
do
then
it.
you in a
So
relationship.
yeah,
You could be dating. To me, it's dating and then relationship, then marriage. Dating is when you get to see if you really want to go to that next step and be in a relationship with the
Mhm.
person. You not you
yeah.
can to me
I'm
messing with
saying like
But what he's saying is during that time before you sign your name, whatever you want to call it, whatever
so
stage.
I
yeah.
think before you
So
even sign your name, you need to know that. Before you even sign
I'm
your name.
Absolutely. That's what he's saying.
I'm saying
Go ahead,
even
Ron. I'm
before
sorry.
just when you finally choose a partner, when you have somebody that you're serious about, that you got about to take that, you got to know this shit. You have to, and
Right.
this is to prevent the 10-year from now mark that this person want to get away from you. Like, and
Right.
the other person too, vice versa, the man and the woman, both of y'all got to see what this person's love language is, and are you capable of loving them like that? And if you are, I promise you, it's going to be a better situation. But
Yeah.
if you aren't in position to get with somebody that loves gifts and she hasn't expressed that, okay, this is my thing, you loving gifts, that marriage ain't gonna last very long because you
Right.
can't love her right. You're not capable of that. So preventing that shit
Right.
from happening, like instead, like I said, I was going back to the men that and women too. Men and women who are in this situation, I did everything I could, wooty woo woo, and you probably still are a good person or a good man or a good woman, but not a
Yeah.
good person or a good man or a good woman for that
For
person.
that person,
So
exactly.
Right.
for that
Right.
person, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
And that's okay.
that's what it is. Yeah, and that's okay.
Or you didn't
So
listen.
that's
Did you even ask those
that's what I was
questions?
getting at.
And you
Yeah,
said
that's
that
what I
I
was
think
getting
we
at.
did a whole show on the appropriate questions to ask because some people don't ask those right questions, but we also touched on what do y'all think about some people don't ask the right questions because they don't want the answer to be different than what they have it in their head. That way it
Yep.
doesn't knock the person out. And then Pierre said it before because ignorance is bliss. You're not
Yeah.
asking it because
Right.
you don't want to know. You don't
You
want it
don't
to
want to
mess
know.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Then later you want to say, I never knew this. Well, some part of you did because you didn't ask. Why didn't you ask? If you thought they had it, why wouldn't you ask? If you thought they had it, why wouldn't you say what you wanted?
Right.
Why do people do that? Why won't people be honest? They're expecting honesty, but in that honesty, you had several things you didn't like, but you never said, hey, just so you know, I noticed you do this, this, and this, but this is more important to me. Why didn't you say that? Did you give the other person a fair chance too? Did you show up? Where's the you in that? Where's the I? What did I do?
It's like it's like being real with yourself, and then like in a situation, I got an example. I know somebody that she was dating this dude, and he was a good dude, good job, nice, family man, all the good things. You know what I'm saying? Handsome, all that other shit. The only problem for her is he had a little pecker. So you feel
Oh
me? Like,
Lord.
and so she ended up. This dude loved her so much. Like he was willing to get surgery on this shit to keep her. Like he told her that he would get surgery to fix his shit, and she ended up breaking up with him for that. So
For wanting surgery?
no, because she just didn't. She was like, "Don't do that to yourself. It ain't that serious." He was like, "It is. I love you, or whatever." But You know, she didn't want him to do that. So, but she couldn't move forward with him checking off every other box. That department was important to her. So she would have been foolish to move forward and marry this man, stay married to this man for 10 years and knowing she ain't finna be pleased. So
or allow him to have a surgery.
yeah, that too. But I'm saying if she didn't. So if there was no option for that, especially back then, I think it would be more of like she was honest with herself is what I'm trying to say. Like, I think instead of her going into that situation and acting like she could deal with it just because everything else is good, knowing damn well she can't. Like, it's certain things that we know we can't sit up here and ignore. We can't say, I get used to that, or no. If you got to know what you like and know what you want, and make sure you don't just get in situations just because you feel a person is good in other areas. We got to be real with ourselves. We got to look in the mirror every day and be real with ourselves to prevent this type of shit from even happening.
Absolutely. What do y'all think?
I agree, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
Most times it don't.
Like, for me, the difference between the first and the second I was older. The second, there was no pregnancy. The second, we did premarital. We practiced abstinence for 9 months of the premarital counseling. We discussed everything that happened in the first marriage. We discussed our hangups. We discussed our crushes, everything.
Oh, okay.
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 That's why when I was mad, I had very valid reasons.
Absolutely.
Because we
did it right.
Right. We went through this. Very transparent. Somebody who became a problem was a problem the moment we got engaged. We discussed that. We dealt with that. I wasn't even going to go through, but you didn't tell the pastor A, B, C, D, E, and G. And that's the only reason why I moved through with you. So what I'm saying is sometimes you can even do all of these checkpoints. You can discuss the red flags, get down to the bottom of it, heal, move forward, and somewhere down the line in some marriages, what ends up happening is you get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more years through, okay? And you just saw some shit that you're like, what the fuck? That you would normally be like, but between your faith and what we've been taught about accepting people for who they are, you battle and you're trying to figure out the balance of what does that really mean?
Right.
What does it mean for me to accept you for who you are? So I had to start asking myself, if this is a baby from another woman, if this did happen, if it was this, but he's saying this, what do you do? So I went with what he said.
Because that's what we're taught to do.
I went with, there's no receipts. Bitch, it ain't my
that's what
fault
we're taught
if you're
to
not
do.
producing no receipts. You look like a crazy, wild heathen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Until there was.
Right.
So I waited, not because I was afraid to walk away.
Right.
I waited until there was some real solid receipts that went against me respecting and honoring my covenant. And then when it happened, of course, when I look back, I'm like, so-and-so said this, so-and-so said that, blah, 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 blah. But none of that is relevant. So sometimes you do end up having these longevity relationships or marriages, not because you're dumb, not because you don't want to see the truth, but because you are honoring something two of you agreed was your contract.
Right.
Until it wasn't.
Right.
So,
and I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. I think that is what should be done. It isn't. And you have to
Yes.
commend people for honoring their vows, whatever it looks like to you, which is why paying attention to what other people say, social media, and things like that. Most of the people giving their feedback have not been married, and they don't respect marriage the way that they should either. And so their opinion will be very different because I can't tell you what you should see that's not there. We can call everything we want a red flag, but depending on who Asia is, my
Right.
red flags may be things that shouldn't even be red flags. And actually, you guys need to work on me to remove that shade that I have over my eyes that is making everybody a red flag because guess what? It's not fair to them and vice versa. There's so many layers to a relationship, which is why you shouldn't exactly say anything is a red flag or anything is stupid or anything is wrong unless it is in black or white. But then
Yeah.
guess what? You still, even if it's in black and white, you can't tell me that's the reason why I should have ended it because I might not see that as a number one issue. I might see that as a number 10 issue. But then
Right.
me, it's my responsibility to shut the fuck up. You can only see what I allowed you to see in my shit unless it's visible. I gave you the opportunity to be involved in my shit. And I should have never done that because it will allow you to cloud my judgment. We can't believe that the people you love will give you feedback according to you. They're going to give you feedback according to them in most situations.
And even that can be debatable because there's a lot of
Mhm.
people who will tell you, do not put up with this and do not do this. And then they $5 asses is the main motherfucker in it.
That's
They
why I
doing
We'll
it
be
never
with
like,
somebody ain't
always
even
say
there.
that.
What you say,
That's why I
Rose?
said I never tell nobody what I would do. I never do that.
No, you have
I
never told me that.
I never do that because everybody is going to do something.
Wait, you did tell me. Yes, you did. It
But
was
what
one
was it?
situation. No, listen, it was one situation. And I was like, you think that for real, bro? And she was like, yes, bitch, this is why this is happening. And I was like,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
so, and then, no, but it wasn't bad, y'all. But then that's why you tell people that you trust because then when it did come up, I called her first. And I think it was like 11 at night. And I was watching something and it clicked. And I was like, oh shit, he just said this. And I called her right away, like, we got new information at headquarters. This is what just happened. What do we do next?
But most of
It's
the time,
very important to have people you trust.
but
But
most
she
of the time
never
I
told me to
don't
do
tell
anything.
people. Yeah, I don't tell people. Oh, if it was me, I wouldn't do this because most of the times you would not do that. I just let people tell me what they want to like. Let them vent and say everything that they want to say, and I'd be like, do whatever is best for you. Even if I feel like, oh, you don't need to be with that person or whatever, I'm gonna tell them, do whatever is best for you.
Best for
When
you.
you'll figure it out, because God is gonna give it to you when you have that intuition or anything, then you'll know when it's time to do what you want to do. That's just like my best friend. When I had to, she was in a bad relationship. She said it on my show before, and I hated him. Literally hated him. Me and her laying in the same bed in the hotel, she crying and everything. I literally hated this man. And I told her, whenever you get tired of this, you'll do what you know is best for you. I'm not going to tell you to leave him alone. I'm not going to tell you nothing. You know what is best for you. That's my best friend. And you know, best friends
Right.
going to be like,
And
fuck
you be
that
wanting to, but
nigga.
you just gotta,
Yeah, like, fuck him.
right.
Don't. I said, do
let's
whatever
go
is
beat
best for
his
you.
ass.
Yeah, and she was crying. And I literally, like, I wanted to cuss that nigga out. But I was like,
Right.
no, Rashada. And I said, do whatever is best for you. I said, you know when you going to get tired and fed up. And that's what she did. She said, and
It's
then
the
she was,
truth.
I told her, I said, you know how we were raised. Basically, you know how we was raised. You know what's right and wrong. You know what to take from a man and you know what not to. You know what to do, what's best for you. I can't tell you what to do, what's best for you. You could tell me what you're feeling, but you know what is best for you. I always tell everybody that I'll never be the type, because most of the times when the ones that be like, oh, you know, do this, do that, they be haters anyways.
True.
They be haters. The ones that's gonna tell you 9 times out of 10, like, if I was you, I would leave that nigga alone. I'll never go through that. And they'll be going through everything plus more. Just like
Girl,
a perfect
and your
example
problem
is,
be like this, and you
yeah,
done
a
let go
perfect
of your shit, and you
example
like,
is, yeah, a perfect example is the girl that's trending right now, Risa Tita. Look how
right.
many people came for her, like, oh, she's stupid. I would have never went for that. First of all, most of y'all don't got no man that's paying y'all rent.
But got kids.
Yeah, most of y'all not with no man that's gonna pay your rent and utilities. First of all,
Period.
they gonna just be lying to you like he was, and you still paying all the bills and everything. So it's like y'all always saying what you would and wouldn't do, but you doing worse.
That's true. It's
So
very
shut
true.
up, girl. Shut
Please
up.
shut up.
I
If we,
never tell nobody. I never tell nobody that stuff.
I also think that sometimes when women do that, because I don't know what men do, but I think women do this. I also think that when women do that, it's more of like, okay, well, I can't do it, but I'm about to experience it on you. I want you to do what I can't do.
Yes,
that's why I said
carry the cross, bitch.
That's why I said they be haters, because low key they be wanting that man and everything. They be wishing they could have had a man that did that stuff for them and everything. They be haters. So you have to really be careful who you tell your stuff to and everything, because a lot of times women be haters, period, point blank.
And your homeboys, especially if a girl got best friends that's a male. My best friend has never told me what to do in my marriage or my relationships. And he was a part of my wedding, and he has had conversations with both of us. You need people that can make sound decisions and be somebody that you can listen to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it won't work. And you need somebody that will check you and check the other person. If you don't have that, they don't love you. They're not for you. And I also agree again with David. If you go into anything expecting perfection in a person, you've already set yourself up to lose, because there's no such thing as perfection.
It's a perfect person. Yes,
it does not exist. And you're going to change also. You're not going to stay the same. And that's why I think those checkpoints are important. But like Pierre said, does that mean that it will always end up that way?
No.
It doesn't. But guess what? Here's what I could say for my last thing. I'll read David's and then I'll say what my last thing is. The best advice is no advice. You ask them according to what they said, how they feel about the events they came to you with. I agree. It's like almost like a therapist. You feed them back what they said, because sometimes somebody just needs to hear it. They do. And they need to hear it, and that will help them go back and fix it with their partner, or go back and end it with their partner. But if you can help somebody fix it, that should always be our goal, to keep a family and a couple together, and to help them grow in that. But for me, my final thing is that there really is no perfect relationship. But when you find the person that is perfect for you, surround yourself with a village that has the same moral compass as you. I didn't say they agree with you. I said same moral compass. Okay? Because because guess what? If you decide to stick through something that you feel God told you to stick through, then they have to be there to help you through that. When you do things the right way, even if everybody else thinks it's the dumbest shit you could have ever did, that's between you and God. Because see, that covenant was between you, God, and that person. When you do walk away, you can walk away feeling nothing. You could walk away and go on a date the next damn day if you want to. You want to know why? Because you did all the things you needed to do, and then you healed and walk away. Most people that walk away healthy don't walk away in anger. That's why women walk away like that. When a woman walks away, typically, and she's the one that files, it's because I've done everything I can. I've tried everything I can, and I have made peace with my decision. That's why. You don't need to throw darts. You don't need to start a fire. You don't need to do any of that.
No.
Do what you feel God is telling you to do, and allow the people you trust to minister to you, pray over you, feed into you, and they really should be talking to both of y'all if they can. So that is my final for even baby daddy, baby mama situations, because now you're a family and you're more locked in than what they say a married couple is. So you gotta at least
you gotta deal with that
not hate each other. Yeah, you got your family now. You gotta make sure you act right. Your kids is impacted by that. We gotta make better decisions and treat people like they deserve to be treated. That's my final. So we'll go round robin is the way I see people, and then round robin, of course, will go last. So Jojo, you go next, then Rose, which is my co-host for Tuesday nights, and then Dr. P, and then or Chunky Barbie, whoever she shows up as, and then the famous homie of Ron, whoever he shows up as. That's why they best friends. They don't know who the hell they are. Go ahead.
All right. Well, A lot was said there. One thing I want to say is that I guess I'm stuck in the past, or I just don't know enough about this new age. But a lot of the relationships that I see now, I have to admit, this version of love and romance, the way I hear folks talk about it, I think that's a lot to ask from one person. To want to be all that and a bag of chips. So I think people got to walk in a little more reasonable about the expectations they have of people. I guess you guys said that in a different way, but you guys saying the same thing. I just don't walk in having all these expectations from one person and to be 100%. I'll take 70. I'll work with the 30 as long as we put the relationship first. You got to be intentional about being unselfish. Put the relationship first. You got to get something out of it, obviously, but it's got to be the relationship first. I mean, that's the way I see it. So that'll be my last word.
Okay.
I think for me, I don't know. I think people just need to be 100. Like, quit lying all the time. Like, I have more respect for somebody that tells me the truth in the beginning than to me find out later. Like, tell me how you really feel so I can know if I want to deal with this or not. I don't want to find out later. Like, I respect somebody more if they tell me in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't do that nowadays because they be scared. Like, oh, if I really tell her this, like if it was somebody like JoJo, I'm still gonna date a lot of women. Like, I'm still gonna date other women. I'm gonna date you too, but I'm gonna date other women. I'd rather you tell me that in the beginning, because maybe I feel like, okay, I can still date you, that we don't gotta take nothing serious. But you telling me that you only with me and you're still dating 20 other women, then when I find out, I'm gonna be in my feelings. So just tell me the truth in the beginning. I think more relationships or whatever need to be like that. Just keep everything 100. Quit lying all the time.
Yeah.
Quit lying all the time.
It gets people hurt. I agree.
Yeah, and nowadays you're gonna end up on First 48 or Snap. Quit playing
No,
with
in
people's
real life.
quit
People
playing
is
with people's
tired.
emotions. Quit playing with people's
People is
emotions.
tired. And
Yeah,
this
and
new
quit playing with
Well,
people's
generation,
face.
this
Yeah,
new generation has no chill. They have no concept of consequences. They have no full scope of what you are really doing. So I agree with you, Ro. It is very dangerous.
it is a dangerous
It's
game right now.
dangerous.
Don't play in people's face. You don't know
It is.
mental status or nothing. Quit playing with people.
Yeah.
That's my
People is
final.
tired of losing.
Quit playing with people, because y'all gonna end up on one of them shows, First 48 or Snapped.
People is tired of losing. They are. And it's not okay what they're doing, but what is that, crime of passion or something like that? They even have a law for it now. That lets you know how bad it is. That
Yeah,
never
and that's why I
existed.
said, remember
What's
we were
crime of
talking,
passion crime? What is it
about
called,
that
y'all?
crime of
crime of
I'm a
passion.
passion.
It is crime of
Yeah.
passion. Remember we was talking about that yesterday. I said I feel like if somebody was playing in somebody's face and playing with their emotions, and somebody ends up
They
killing
should get
or doing
off.
something, they should not go to jail, because you was playing with me. And
Yeah.
then it's just all, and then I just snapped
Really,
and I did that to you. Like,
No,
it's
you can't
not
just
my
kill
job.
really,
people because they hurt your feelings.
really, Ro.
No,
Yes.
But
Really,
it's
Ro.
not just
No,
hurting your
no,
feelings.
Really,
no,
Ro.
So
because they hurt
no,
your
Really,
listen to
Ro.
I
what
don't
I'm
agree
saying.
either.
no,
But
Your
listen,
Honor.
no.
no,
No,
y'all
listen
gotta
to
look
me.
at it at its
Your
worst point, right?
Honor.
Let's
Your
say you
Honor.
get
They
with
play in my
somebody.
face.
No,
Your
this
Honor.
is
They
why the
play in my
thing was
face.
created. This is why it was created. It wasn't created off of hurt feelings. It was created off of things like, I'm with you. I think you're my
Yes.
husband, blah, blah, blah. And here's the thing. It was a person that just came out with it. My husband gave me AIDS. I'm killing your ass off
Exactly.
top. It's not coming for little things. So you got to think it's not
Yeah.
for hurt feelings. It's not for that.
If
It's
That's
you're
about
playing in my
that's
face
why the
like
law
that,
was
you can
created.
justify.
I'm gonna
Well,
tell you
guess
Somebody
that
what?
first.
Guess what? Y'all can keep being in your feelings all you want. We're talking
Yeah.
about reality. I don't agree either, by the way, which is what I said. But you got to think, if a law was created, clearly
You
it
would vote
had big
for it.
enough impact that they
You
create
would
is
vote
all we're
for it.
saying. So pay
If
attention
the
and
law
be
was created,
careful.
you would vote for it. Ro,
I
Ro, you
would.
I
would
I
didn't
vote for
vote
would.
for
that.
that. I
You would.
just
You
said
would.
I don't agree. I don't agree with taking
No,
nobody's life. But what I'm saying,
Ro.
I
oh,
I,
would.
No,
I'm
I'm saying
saying,
Ro.
yeah,
I'm saying Ro.
in
Ro, you
extreme.
would vote for that. Wait. So, wait. So I'm married to this girl. We've been together 15 years. After year 12, she started giving me sex regularly. I've been asking for it. She don't give it to me. I off the girl. I shouldn't go to jail.
That's different. I'm talking about
You
that's all the way
be
different.
doing too much.
Yeah,
That's why when I
Jojo.
sit here and I give an
Jojo change.
example,
He
no, bro,
changes
we're not finna
everything
intrigue.
I
We're
get it.
not finna
I'm
intrigue that
fine.
conversation
because he
because that
changed
don't make no sense.
everything.
I just
He
gave
changed
what the
everything
example
around.
is.
He
I get
changed
it. I get
everything
it.
around that I said. I'm
I
saying
get it.
if
I get
He
it.
trying to
if
mess with us. He
yeah, if
messing
we
with us,
said that we're
bro.
gonna be, if we said we're gonna be together, we said we're gonna be together, and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, and I find out that you did X, Y, and Z. You, like she said, gave me AIDS or something, and I just snap and kill you. Your Honor, he played in my face. Why should
No.
I go to jail for the
Hell
rest of my
Your
no.
life?
Honor.
No.
Your
All
No.
I'm
No.
saying
Honor.
is,
No.
no, we
The
listen,
only
because
only
wait, real fast. Because this platform is real, and we talk about facts and feelings. All we are saying, well, all I am saying, I'm not saying what Rose saying. All I'm saying is a blanket
Exactly.
statement. Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
not saying what Rose is saying. No, but I'm saying, listen, y'all, we have to be responsible with our platform, and we do it all the time. We separate what we feel versus think logically. If a law was created for this, there is some buffer that they have given to say if these things happen because you misled somebody, you did somebody wrong,
Yeah.
they obviously made the law okay that it's a crime of passion. So what we're saying is don't end up in that box. Just do people right so you don't end up in that box
Keep
because
it
I don't know.
100. Keep it 100. Keep it
Yeah,
hold
it's
100.
on.
just
Hold
easier to
on.
tell the truth. You don't know
Hold
what those
on.
laws are. And as a black man,
We're,
as a black woman, we already on the bad side of everything. So why add to it based on something
wait a minute.
stupid? No, it wouldn't be something small though,
Why
but
lose your life?
We're
Why lose your life?
we're
yeah.
we're not gonna sit up here and say if a law was created like these people that make these laws are some shit. Fuck
Exactly.
that shit. Like no,
So
no.
no,
If
no,
a
no. So
law was
you're
okay,
still missing the point. You're still
hold on,
missing
hold
the
on,
point
hold on.
that
Let
if
me
it
finish. Let
was
me finish.
created, it's
Let me
already
cook.
against us,
Hold on.
right?
Let it cook. Let it cook. You gotta let me cook. Let me cook.
No,
Let me
because
finish.
you're already starting out, but we're not
Hold-
sitting here
No,
like
no,
these
no, no, no.
idiots
Listen.
that create the laws is cool. We
I
already
wasn't.
inside.
I wasn't. I said first of all. So I had a second point. So that was just one thing.
First of all, me.
So the second point is what I'm trying to say
Second,
is
first of all, okay.
yeah. So what I'm trying to say is the second of all. What I'm trying to say is yes, when we go to extreme things like somebody give you AIDS, that's like attempted murder. Or when someone's trying to take your life or something like okay, like that's we're talking about somebody playing in your face like cheating on you or talking to somebody else and you kill them.
No.
No, you yes, take your ass to jail. You can't kill
But
somebody
Ron,
because
I
they
said
cheat.
that
No, my
already.
nigga, no.
But Ron, you are tripping. Rose, you
No.
know that I started with I don't agree, and it's
I
not
know
things on a
I'm not talking about
smaller.
you, sis. I'm talking
He's,
about raw ass.
he's,
No,
Oh, I'm like, what?
he's disagreeing with
No, but
Ro.
here's the
oh,
thing.
I'm
Listen,
like,
no.
brother, I did
We're
something, but I
disagreeing with
don't.
Ro.
You can't kill
Not
somebody
with
because they
you. Not with
bullshit.
you. We're
You ain't
They
disagreeing
never
with Ro.
disagreeing with
can't
me.
take
They
people's life.
disagreeing with me.
Don't be attacking Rose. She
You
just
know what I'm saying?
simply trying to tell y'all
No,
a blanket statement. If you tell the truth, you won't end up in this space.
I
Because
agree. But
listen,
don't kill
here's the
nobody.
thing else.
No.
Here's the other thing. You got to think when you dealing. Come here, let me tell y'all. Remember, if they cry, the law gonna believe them. So you might have did one little thing, but they gonna amp the story up, just like that woman that killed that boyfriend and he was in her trunk and stuff. All we saying is if you do the right thing, you're less likely to even end
Yeah.
up in these situations where you more at risk. That's it. Yes,
yeah.
Dr. P.
But then to have the law protect you if you do?
This is
Come
what I'm
on,
trying to say.
bro. Yeah.
Fuck the law, first of all.
Ain't that crazy? That is crazy. Go ahead, P. That is crazy. That's
So the
crazy. I
one
didn't
I
even know that was
lost sleep,
real.
I'm not eating, I'm not going to work, I lost my job.
So I killed him. He wouldn't get my nails done, so I killed him. I just lost it.
Crime of passion.
I'm just saying, y'all, we don't need nothing else to put us in that bucket. Like, no,
Right.
stay away.
Two things. Two things. The first thing that I'm going to say is for something to be considered a crime of passion, it's not somebody being rejected. There's a lot that goes into that.
Oh yeah,
Right.
it really
Or
is.
it is considered. So
Mhm.
Bro was making her statement. She wasn't talking about just in general, like you hurt my feelings,
Right.
kill
Yeah,
you.
that's exactly what she
Y'all
said.
just kind of like y'all just went above and beyond.
No,
But let
that's
me
what
tell
she
you
said.
Right.
That's
Thank you,
exactly what you
sister.
said.
Look
Like,
at her
oh my
laughing.
God,
She
they
said,
just trying to mess
I'm
with
like,
us.
stop it right now. But so my second, so that's one. The second thing
No,
is,
it is the law, David. Print that out and put it on the fridge. It's real. Go ahead.
yes,
T.
the
Sorry.
law, yeah, the law of the crime of passion is real. The second thing is there was a man some years ago, an Asian man, that sued this white woman because when they had children,
The one that
She
changed
did
her
look
face
different. Yes.
their children did not, he didn't know what the hell they looked like.
to us.
He didn't know what they looked like. He was a little confused.
He was like, "What? How are these my
He was
kids?"
like, why do my children look this way? So he literally was thinking, like, this bitch done cheated on me. I'm not the father. Like, what's going
Yep.
on? Because these children, the first one was kind of like, and then you get to another one, you're like, what the fuck? But what it was, he never knew she had plastic surgery.
Right.
She redid her whole complete face. Well, just
And he
because
won.
and he won.
He did
You know
win.
why? Because the judge said to that woman, listen, you gave this man the impression that this was authenticity, genuinely what you look like. So he chose you based off of what you presented. Not one time did you say you had any enhancements, A, B, C, D. He chose to marry and mate with you. So when his children look like a whole nother species, he was like, what the fuck?
He
And then
was
he
so
found
angry.
out that this bitch lied.
He
And
was
he
mad.
won.
I was on his side. I was on his
I
side.
was on his side.
I agree. Because that bitch, listen, when you
He
listen,
was like,
okay, look at
"Kids,
I
how are
think
these?"
let me tell you what happens. People thought of children and everybody's like, oh, don't be mean to the children. It wasn't about the fucking
It
kid.
wasn't
He
about
loved
that.
his
It was a
fucking kids.
deception.
What he
Right.
was saying is, bitch, you bamboozled me. It's no
Right.
different than you being black, and then a fucking white kid come out and you like, bitch, you're black, I'm black. How the fuck we got white kids? And then you find out the bitch is not black, she's white, but she got some nigga hair. You gonna be
Right.
mad because you thought that bitch was a red bone bitch, and she not.
Right.
She a whole
Right.
Karen. So now you mad. It's the same thing, and those type of things cause people to flip their lid. No
Crime of
different than
passion.
the hate. Listen, hate crimes were
Yeah.
created because of the same thing. How
Yep.
many men who change their sex or they are trans and then they got beat the fuck up because that
For
man
lying.
thought they were a woman. They never told them what they were. They never gave that man a choice. So that man felt violated and beat the fuck out their asses.
And I don't feel
That
sorry.
man did not get held accountable because he was misled. So the whole purpose of crime of passion is about being misled on a very high
High
level.
scale. Right.
A very high level. We're not talking about no little mom and pop. Oh, she told me she worked at she told me she worked on Wall Street, but she worked at McDonald's. We're not talking about
Yeah,
that shit.
that don't even count.
No.
Right.
It's things that could
Okay,
change and impact your
because I
life.
was gonna say I got a lot of people I gotta go back and sue now because they promised me the pussy was gonna good. It's gonna be good. I gotta go back and sue. I gotta go back and sue.
Is the show
For
over?
real.
Is the show over? Is it time to go to live?
You see, I'm looking like
The show is over because these were supposed to be closing, and I was simply trying to tell y'all how not to end up in a jail cell or a morgue. David said that's an expert level of catfishing that should be a felony with 10 years mandatory. This is what we're trying to tell you. This is what we're trying to tell you. It's not one on that side. It's one on the other side that says if this person flips out and damages your life, does a whole bunch of shit to you, they are covered because you
The
pushed
infamous
them.
homie.
You pushed them into the place where Brandy took all the tires off of Martin's car out in front of the police station. Yeah, she's not gonna pay for them tires because you pushed her to that spot. This is what we saying,
Because
like,
you said you was coming back to celebrate her birthday and using her whole motherfucking
ooh,
limo, nigga.
all
With your
she wanted was a
childhood
little cake.
sweetheart.
All she wanted was a little cake. And all I could tell you is for women, if men keep saying that women are basically a master of disguise, right? All we got to do is cry. We can add a little flavor to it. Everybody sees what Cassie just did.
Yep.
If you know this in advance, and I am trying to tell you, as somebody I love and somebody I care about, tell the truth. So your character is always telling the truth. So if this happens, we could fight that bitch over you. Because one thing I could tell you, and I've said this a million times, if anybody tells me that my brother did something, which side are you on, Lord? If anybody tells me that my brother did something, they know for sure they can't come to me. Because what I'm going to tell you is, you a motherfucking lie.
You a lie
I
because
know
my
he
best
told
friend
you.
don't act like that. You better
He
tell him
doesn't
that.
act like that. So even in the rare case that he did, because he acts the way that he should all the time, I'm not even going to believe it, right? So we coming for you. You wouldn't even get past the passion of crime or none of that because that's not your character.
The bitch will kill
All
you
I'm
first.
saying,
Sorry, that was recorded.
oh Lord. But my phone is about to die. So please, everybody, subscribe, share, comment,
Bro, shut
come
up.
back next week. We love you all. Join us on TikTok for After Dark and a little more raw talk, but join us next week for sure. We're either going to do the card game, it's always going to be something adult on Thursday nights because we be needing to diffuse and get ready for the weekend and have a drink. I feel amazing right now, and I hope that you guys too. Thank you for joining the show. I hope everybody had a really good night. I enjoyed the show. I think we had some really good dialogue, and as usual, we have some great takeaways. So join us Tuesday, Rose and I, and join me tomorrow for lunchtime so we could finish talking about 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒆𝒅, child, because let me tell you, that's locked and loaded. So that is it from us tonight, but I don't close out the show. Brother, you close out the show. My bad. I'm
All
sorry.
right, y'all heard everything she said. You know what I'm saying? Come back next week so we could finish this up. TikTok, after hours, after dark, all that shit. But come back next week, like, subscribe, and share when you watch this show. Y'all have a good night because I'm about to sleep good.
Me too. That drink was amazing. Good night.